Kent and Kelsey with MrTruck.com. I've been reviewing trucks for about 16 years. Join us, MrTruck.com, for truck reviews, trailer reviews, and accessory reviews. Well, Kelsey's back.
Hey, everyone.
So glad to see her again. This is good. Haven't seen her in 4 months.
It feels like it.
Yeah, you don't look any older. 4 months. But anyway, we're in this Lexus GX460. I'm not sure I ever did one. I did the 570, which is just like a Land Cruiser, and this is, like you say, like a 4Runner.
It's a high-end 4Runner.
Yeah, so it's a smaller, it's a little narrower than the Land Cruiser or the LX 570, but yeah. And you notice there's no trailer?
Yeah, there's no trailer. So
Yeah,
what are you doing today?
Well, this has got off-road. It's got tracking trailers.
There's no trailer.
I know, that's what I say. But I just discovered, I first got this thing in, I usually always ask for one of the trailers, like, have a hitch or don't bring it. So anyway, they ended up bringing this, and I looked underneath there and I saw the trailer plug. So and then there's also that little square thing you pull off. So yeah, it's got a hitch, and there was a framework for a hitch. But after further review yesterday, I climbed under there so I could put the hitch on it, and it's got the framework, but you got to actually buy the bottom part. It bolts on in 8 bolts, which is really ridiculous. But oh well. It's like when I review a Volkswagen, I have to get my own trailer plug to plug it in. So there's always something going on. But this one, because this is rated to tow 6,500 pounds. So I had a trailer ready to go at 6,000 or 6,500. But there's no brake controller, so I was going to have to go back to an ATV trailer. Or I'm going to start, I've got one trailer, the tilt trailer, that has its own brake controller built in. So I could use that, which is kind of too big of a trailer to really demonstrate to people. I don't want people thinking they can tow, 14,000. So I decided no trailer. So we'll do some off-roading, because this is like an off-road, similar to the 4Runner, except the 4Runner's, a little taller, but this has like an air suspension. And what I want to do is look at it, because as far as I can tell, it's for leveling the trailer out. It doesn't really lift the whole truck up, just lifts it back in, and we'll do that on camera, so make sure that I've got my theory right. But this has got that Kinetic dynamic suspension, what actually in 4-low will disconnect the front anti-sway bar, which is really cool. Did I send you the Maroni on this?
You did.
There you go. I knew I was doing something. I was trying to send it again last night, thinking, nah, don't have time, I was in a hurry. I had up all night trying to edit that last video. But this thing has got a lot of toys on it, and of course it's a luxury automobile. It's got automatic headlights, automatic windshield wipers, automatic everything. And it's got, but for 4-wheel drive, it's got the crawl thing, so you can go set all those speeds. It's got a sport mode and comfy mode, and it's in all-wheel drive all the time. Okay. So all you can do is go from 4-high to 4-low, and 4-low will engage some of those neat off-road things. But it's got crawl controls. Oh, what else could you want? So there we go. Wonderful seats. These are leather, very comfy. They fit you well. And of course, this has got tilt and telescoping wheel, all the normal stuff. And I like these big mirrors. This would have done well.
Huge.
Yeah, they are. They're not toy mirrors, but they're huge.
Even on some of the half tons, they don't have. They have a bigger mirror than some of the half tons out there.
Well, yeah. So, Suburbans used to be really narrow. Then they made them a little bigger for 2021. But anyway, so this is really a comfortable, quiet ride. What do you think of this?
It's super quiet.
Yeah.
I mean, I've gotten on it a couple times, and you haven't given me the look. So. Well,
no, I'm not dizzy or anything. I'm feeling pretty good about your driving right now. But we'll go over all the stats on it when we get out here. But this thing, it does have a V8 in it, and it's a 6-speed, so it's kind of old school in a lot of things, just like what you see with the controls on the dash is old school. But the shifter is a little bit different. I mean, you go from park to drive, you hit neutral and it moves you over. So you got to kind of allow it to happen to shift to drive. So I'm getting used to that. But yeah, and it's different not having a trailer. That's why I'm going to do some off-roading with it, because it actually is an off-road, like you say. It's just a fancy 4Runner with, it's a little quieter, and this has a V8 where you can't get that in the 4Runner. And well, the air ride is all. So there's a few things that they've added to it, and of course they've added to the price too. Because this rascal here, what in the world? It is $72,010. So that's quite a bit higher than the 4Runner. I really love the 4Runners. That's one of my favorites. Yeah, for the automatic everything and a little more room, and then a third row seat. And it's got the moonroof. It's got a lot of things that are totally automatic on this. And, you know, it's got, well, I'll show you the armrests. They slide forward. It's got all these compartments in it. Lots of old chute handles. So it knew we were going on the Estes Road. Thought they had the handles all over the place. Well, how come I can never, we're going through Lyons, I can never remember the name of that town. It's got all the cool flagstone. I want to get some for our patio. I've got some for my fish pond. I love it up here.
It's a nice little community up here.
Yeah, I've heard Lyons is like the pot capital of Colorado. Is that true?
I don't know.
I just heard that, but I don't know. I don't know much about that.
I would have thought it would have been Boulder, but...
Yeah?
Nothing against Boulder, nothing against Lyons. Everybody's pretty close to nature up here, and
they are.
Mind our own. And
yeah, they like those herbs, so,
being
you know.
through here, I mean, we were on the fire department for the longest time when my husband and I got together, so it's a nice little community up here.
Yeah. I always thought of that way. On the way to Estes, it's always had all these cool little shops and restaurants. And I love this one pork thing, whatever that thing's called. Smokin' Dave's. I love that place. But anyway, back to what we're doing. And it's all-wheel drive, and you know that's going to suck some of the gas because it's not shut off, and all you do is go to low range. But it is rated at 19 on the highway, 15 in the city, 16 combined. Now the thing with when I drove it, I've driven this thing for a week now, and one day, the first day I drove it, I was getting about 19. Okay. And I thought that was pretty good. And then the second day I drove it, I was getting 24. So I have no idea. Maybe the truck thought it was going downhill more. I don't know what it is, but I don't know why, because, you know, I live probably almost 80 miles from you. And, you know, so it's a ways. I go to Brighton, it's almost 50 miles. Well, it is 50 miles. So, I don't know. I can't, you know, and I think I'm probably higher than what Brighton is, but just driving home, I was getting 24 on like a 200-mile loop. So, how in the world that came about, I have no idea. Maybe it's just excited. I don't know. But this thing, you know, it doesn't look like the size of a 4Runner. It looks a lot bigger. It's got that big old lizard nose on it, whatever you want to call it. And this is a refreshed model, so it's got a lot of different things on it that aren't new. But I'm surprised that they're still 6-speed. But see, Toyota, you know, they build stuff for 10 years at a whack or more, so they don't change things. So they don't just all of a sudden put a 10-speed in it because everybody else is. They'll wait till the next major production. And a lot of Ford does that too on a lot of their trucks. They won't just keep throwing things in there. They'll wait till they do a major refresh. And that's the economical way of doing it. Most manufacturers have to follow close to that. But I like the captain chairs in the second row. It means they're all real comfortable leather, and then you'll have you sit in the back and see how you fit. But, you know, it's not made for, you know, tall people for sure. But we're going to climb the mountains with it. Take some curves. I didn't bring my little band so I can handle those curves, but we'll figure it out.
It'll be all right.
I got express down window. I can let it fly out the side if it gets to that point. So I'm prepared. You're a good driver. You're just a fast driver. You're a typical youngster. That's what you are. You're a youngster. I'm an old man. See, that's how I look at it. You'll have a whole different view than I will on things, and that's good. That's what I like about having you along. I get the woman's perspective. I get the youngster's perspective. I get all this stuff. And I get, you know, a woman who pulls trailers. So all this stuff makes sense, except in this vehicle, we're not going to get to use that talent you have for trailers. Uh-oh, are they doing bicycle things? Well, this is public health.
Park close to public.
Are they still doing bicycle races up here? They've been blocking your road off?
They have not been blocking our road off.
Well, that's good. I only saw 2 bicycles on the way up here, and that's strange.
That's it. I was actually telling my husband, it feels kind of weird.
Yeah.
Kind of like we moved back to Will County.
Yes, indeed.
We'll see how it is up the mountain. Well, it's raining, so...
Well, that's good. It was predicted to rain, and since we're only going to be inside, well, we'll be outside for just a little bit. So we'll be fine.
It won't melt.
Yep. I like those afternoon showers. We was up here Wednesday doing that big toy hauler thing, It was past Allen's Park. I don't know the name of that. It was Coyote Road somewhere, and then there was something else we went on, but it was fun. But the one fun thing is I had that big long gooseneck trailer, and we went up the trail where we used to have a staging area. The maps lied to us. Now that staging area is all covered with wood fences. So I kept going up the mountain looking for another place, and we got up there too far, and I had to back that trailer down a winding road, really steep. It was exciting. David went out and spotted it for me.
Good thing you know what you're doing, right?
Yeah, we got it down, but it was not one of those fun things because you got to back up the opposite to swing to the right side. Yeah, it's a mess backing up with the trailer going down a mountain. But oh well, we made it.
We're still here.
This rascal is rated to tow 6,500 pounds.
It's a little pop-up or a small little ATV trailer.
Yeah, some 2-horse trailers, a lot of stuff. Yeah.
Be a fun little weekender.
Yeah, I was gonna put 4-wheelers on the back, but I can't. If I don't have a hitch, it makes it a little hard to hook a chain to it.
I'm pretty sure that's frowned upon.
Yeah, and this is like the loaded model. That's why it's 70,000, 72,010 because it's a luxury model and it's a sport model. Because it gives it all these toys here: the crawl and the sport and the comfort ride and the air ride. Now the tailgate, I was going to wait for you to tell me how to run the damn tailgate because...
Did you find the button?
Well, kind of. I know what it is now. What was confusing me, I thought it was a hatch because as the little door opens, it goes sideways. See, and I did not know that until I watched another video trying to figure out what I'm missing here. But you're already ahead of me. You already knew it went sideways. So I never thought I was filling underneath them in both license plate. I didn't think about pulling the handle sideways on the license plate box, but I'm learning. And this actually washes your headlights too in the mud. So you're out there really trail riding, you get all muddy, there's a button you push on that side and it washes your headlights. Now that's something.
Dump some windshield wipers.
Yeah, we'll go for all that stuff. Let's see. It's got like tri-beams. It's got a lot of 3 things. It's got the front end almost looks like a whale with its mouth open, to swallow up all those fish. It's a hard thing to describe. You like the front nose on this? It's totally different.
It's different.
Yeah. Now notice on the steering, because this has some, I can't figure out what it's called. This has got adaptive cruise control, what's Toyota's name for it, which I really like. But it's kind of jerky. Those cameras will spot something and they'll really slow you down and speed you up a little. It's kind of more intrusive than what I'm used to on adaptive cruise. This has some kind of adaptive steering. I'm sure there's a Toyota name for that, and I'll find it on here. So that at higher speeds, it's hard. It's more like it's more like a non-power steering. And of course, in parallel parking, you want all the power in the world. So I love that because that gives me a better feel on the highway. Oh, somewhere I got to put a camera on. Well, we can do it on the way. Well, you can do it here, whatever you want to do. I keep forgetting these things. This is the best canyon right here. So this will be good. All right.
Oh, we've got captain's chairs back here.
Oh, I love captain's chairs.
And honestly, we've got surround sound and
if I can get in the light, yeah, there we go. I love those seats. You got these cool little video things, huh?
Yeah, there's TVs back here and
headphones.
Looks like only the front 2 people get to watch the movies, though.
Yeah, with headphones anyway. Look at all that junk in the middle. They got all kinds of what's all on there. Heated seats, off, temperature control. That's about it. Oh, cool. Got little handles to get in so those old people can climb in.
They've got USB ports back here and
well, that's good.
Volume for each side for your... And they're wireless headsets.
Oh yeah, well, I gotta like those.
My question is, in this model, they've got captain's chairs in the front, and then it's 2 seats instead of 3 seats in the back, so there isn't a bench.
Yeah, if you didn't have the captains in the middle, you'd have a bench there, which might give you 3. Well, that's how it folds forward. Cool. Is that easy to get back there?
I don't know. The seats are down.
Oh, the seats are down?
Yep, the seats are down.
Is there a handle? Sometimes there's electric things up here. Like this. Oh yeah.
Is there one right there?
Oh, I don't know what it does. I think it's... Oh, did it come up or did you do that?
Pushing the button.
Okay. Yeah, that's what that strap's for, is to pull the headrest back. Oh, look at it. The seat folds forward. Pretty cool.
Folds flat. I wonder if those fold flat too.
Yeah, I know they fold in half. Flat might be another thing. Wow. That front cushion just pops right out of there. Pretty cool. Okay. Yeah, you can fold that flat if you want, but I think you gotta slide it back. Now, when you might sit in that seat again, it slides. I guess maybe that, or does it tumble too? Some of these tumble. So what's that lever there do? That's just a child?
This is just a child tie down.
Okay.
I think. Yeah.
Well, sit in that seat again because it's supposed to recline and slide. It's on the track.
It's on the track. Okay, so if we're gonna recline.
Oh wow. Well, that's cool. So you can take a nap.
Sleep back here.
There you go.
Seat belts up and down.
Yeah.
Little handle.
There's a whole seat. There's a lever in front of the seat to make it slide. There's supposed to be. There you go. There you go. So you can adjust that for more leg room or less leg room. That's good.
The only thing I'm concerned about is I don't think a full-size adult is going to be able to get in here.
Yeah, I don't think they even designed that back seat for full adults, or for tall adults, I mean.
We might struggle back here, but I mean...
Yeah, the kids will love it.
The kids can fit here, not...
Yeah, because your knees are way up in the air, so we know it's not made for adults.
Made for adults.
Yeah.
Don't lock me in.
I'm just trying to figure if that folds down anymore, because that doesn't give you not a whole room. You have to almost walk through the middle if you can fold up the cup holders.
It's going to be easier to get out that way.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. It'd be easier to go through the middle. Just don't have those fancy cup holders in the way. Fancy, fancy. Well, cool.
You want to see what's in the back hatch?
Yeah, show me how that back thing works. Because I was confused for a while. I couldn't figure out how to open the darn thing.
You're sitting here and you're pushing this button and it's coming open so you can get in.
Yeah.
Like, where's the buttons? How do I...
Yeah, I couldn't figure out. I was pushing all over the place. Look at that. Isn't that neat?
The best thing...
You can lock that. That's cool so the wind won't blow it on you. I like that. It's a good idea. Look at how giant that bumper is. You can use that for a tailgate.
Yeah, you might as well.
It's your park bench. You don't have a whole lot of room with that seat, but if you fold the seats forward, like what you're demonstrating, then you got all kinds of room. Yeah, I like that. I like that. See, now you got room to stack all kinds of cargo in here.
Seat-wise, do they fold flat so that it's like a big...
Well, kind of. It's like an up ramp.
Yeah,
now look at that. You got a deep cup holder on that side, and look at this thing. What is this? This for some
shallow? Yeah, shallow.
I have no idea what that does, but anyway, doesn't make a lot of sense. So you can go camping in this.
We could.
Now what's behind door number 1, door number 2?
This is your tire iron.
Okay. So change your tire. That's good.
Get your spare tire down.
Yep.
And this one is a cubby. Nope, first aid kit.
Oh, and you got your first aid kit, so you can get that. I hope it's got a snake bite kit in there. We killed a rattlesnake the other day.
Lexus has got us locked out. Sorry guys, I can't show you what's in it.
Okay. Oh, that's good. That's awesome.
There's a little bottle jack right here too, hidden.
Oh, that's where you gotta open 2 doors to change the tire. Wonder how in the world you get to the tire. I guess we'll worry about that later. Cool. Awesome. You know, that's like an ambulance door. In case you want to haul somebody to the hospital, you open your ambulance door. Now, yeah, climb in here and let's go over some of the buttons on this side. Oh, get my birthday present back there. We don't know what's in it, but it's probably something that I really need.
Yeah, probably.
Okay, tell me all about what's over here. I see you got, I don't know, probably 10-way seats. That seems to be the thing.
They've got all the buttons in the world in here. You've got your heated steering wheel, your automatic headlights, your sway control, and this button, it washes your headlights. So if you're going through mud, you can clean them now without getting out. You got your camera.
That's the front camera, huh?
Yeah, front camera. I wonder if it would change views once we're on the other cameras.
It might, because it's got 360 view. We'll look at that. Now let me climb on the other side and we'll go through the center stack. A little different. You have to actually pull it to the left after you go back from park. So, and then you can pull it clear the back, and you got manual shifting.
With a sport mode only.
Yeah,
I'm guessing that's going to be your handling and your actual shocks.
No,
whereas this is going to be your gears in sport.
Yeah, exactly. Did you notice if pushing that air button did anything?
No, I didn't.
That's going down. We'll do
it's
that
going
after.
down, but I can't feel anything, and
No.
I'm not out there to see it, so I don't know if it's.
Yeah. Well, then too down here the crawl.
Oh, it's actually telling me it's going down.
Oh, it's going down.
It's saying it's going down.
Yeah. Now I'm zooming in on it.
Put it
Oh,
down
I can see it now. It shows high. It's going all the way up. Okay. There's your crawl, so you can go different speeds of crawl.
And 4 high, 4 low.
Yeah. And it's always in 4-wheel drive, and that's the thing about, you can push it on that crawl button, and that gives you the modes, which should show up there in the middle dash. You are pushing in the button. There you go, mogul, rock dirt, loose rock. Yeah, that's all off that crawl button.
Ah, so I have to actually use the crawl button. My buttons on my dash don't work.
No, there you go, it's all right there.
Real rocking dirt.
Multi-terrain, cool. Then you got the different speeds. That's what the crawl is. It'll set different speeds, and it's all in low range, so it might be only 1 mile an hour change.
So what do you do for like the Jeeps where we're taking our doors off?
Well, I'm sure they probably have something in the dash where you have to recalibrate it. Hey, did you see the Bronco video?
I did see the Bronco video. I want one though.
I did a real long view just of looking at it, and then I'll do, you know, I've got a, you can go to my website, it shows all the specs. I mean, you can order those now for, I think it was it $100 or something. Get in line, get yours, because how soon are you going to get your Bronco?
Probably not going to pay for one. Whenever you bring me one.
I figured you'd be selling all your Rams and all your trucks just to get that Bronco. They are cool. They are awesome. I mean, you know, they got all that neat stuff. I've got my old Jeep I'm fixing up, and it's an old 87, so we're putting a snorkel on it, and we're going to test out some great big floodlights shortly. But anyway, back to the whatever we're doing here.
The Lexus.
Yes, this Lexus. This is awesome. So we're gonna go up here and we're gonna try out the crawl control and hopefully elevate it a little bit, because this nose, I don't know if it would take a rock or not. It's, you know, a lot of these like trucks, they'll have a little spoiler, and of course there's a little piece of plastic
on this one.
But this is the whole nose. I don't want to really knock over a boulder with it. I mean, it might be a good snowplow if we drop it down, but I was playing with that a little bit. We'll see how well it goes. But this has got 3 different temperature controls somewhere. If we ever can find the climate control, there's 3 of them. So each, you can do zones for each one of them. That'd be cool to get the kids everybody back. You can warm it up so they fall asleep.
Cold, I'm hot,
I know. Well, let them get hot, then they'll just pass out. That's how it works. But I love these second row captain's chairs. This is the kind of seating I like in one of these.
Well, it's second and third row captain's chairs, isn't it?
No, I think the back one is like a bench, is what it looks like to me.
Is it a bench back
But
there?
I don't think there's a headrest in the middle, so I think it's just 2 back there, 2, 4, 6. Unless you get like the base model, then you probably have a bench in the second row. You might be able to get 7. So how's it handling? You like the steering and the...
It's different on the steering. It is tight going up this mountain, and I mean, I guess it's kind of good if I'm doing 50 going up the mountain, but
if you're going faster, it's you don't like it if you're going faster?
No, it's good that I'm going 50 and
I
not
can going slower.
No problem,
yeah,
but
yeah,
it is adaptive.
Yeah,
it's a lot different than hopping in one of my old Dodges or the Fords or.
Yeah, and Dodges steer pretty well. I've had really good luck with them. Ford used to be so loose. Now they've got much stiffer. You know, half tons is rack and pinion like everybody else is, but heavy duty. They got this overlay electric motor on top of the shaft, and I really appreciate that, because Rams for a long time has been one of the best road running trucks on a heavy duty. But this Lexus has got that second gear, and I'll show all this on the film. It's got a place for the ECT. You push it, and that makes it start out in second gear, like on ice or snow or something. And then you can lock it. It's really weird. I don't understand until you quite. They do a lot of things with traction control and all that, and the ABS versus, you know, locking differentials and stuff. Now this has a locking transfer case, which why don't they just call it a transfer case? But now you can lock it, and then I guess that divides the power. But it might have a torque and rear axle. I'm not sure. I've got to look that up. I don't know if I've seen it on here, but they do. It does have a locking center differential, like most people would call a locking transfer case, but what do I know? And a lot of these Toyotas will have a torsion kind of power divider in that transfer case. But when we get parked, we'll show a bunch of the stuff on the outside, such as that tail door, yeah, whatever the heck it is. And it's got a big bumper sticking out, so I guess you can sit on the bumper if you're putting your boots on and going hiking. But It's got, you know, the 360 cameras and stuff, so you've got the panoramic view. We can show all that in the dash. Yeah. And it's got a small moonroof. A lot of them, you know, of course, you don't have to totally rebuild the vehicle to put a giant panoramic view. And I'm sure they will when they get to that point. But
I don't know. There's more and more trucks I see coming out that don't have the moonroofs and the sunroofs. So.
Really? Well, like the heavy-duty Ram doesn't have it yet. A lot of the other ones do. So I don't know. I mean, it's got to be a big thing. So yeah, there's a lot of people just haven't done it. Toyota, I don't think has done it on hardly any other trucks. You know, the air ride on this, that's why I'm so disappointed I can't hook a trailer to it, because the air ride really helps level out your trailer, which is nice when you use a weight distributing hitch. You don't have to get that weight distributing hitch really tight like you normally would, because it'll tighten it up anyway. But yeah, geez, I'm running out of notes now. I'm going to have to start reading the print. I can hardly read the print on this. 4.6 V8, 6-speed. These are 19-inch wheels. These are a new wheel for this year. I really like the way they look.
What color are they?
They're black. Yeah, and the color of this is called Nightfall Mica. Is that what you thought it was? Looks like a dark blue to me. Gunmetal. Is it blue or gray? To me, it looks blue.
Gray when I saw it.
Okay, well, you know better about light. I'm terrible with colors. Nightfall Mica. Made in Japan. But, let's see. It's got the safety system, so it's got all the normal stuff I think is mandated. 10 airbags. Holy cow.
Plenty of them in here.
Yeah. Of course, start, backup camera, triple beam, LED headlights. It's only what, an 8-inch screen on there, so it's one of the smaller ones out there. But you know, like I say,
it fits.
Yeah, they got to wait till they totally redesign everything to get that changed. Oh, it's got intuitive parking assist, blind spot monitor, semi leather power
and the mirrors are bigger than a lot of them.
The blind spots, you mean?
The little light up on the mirrors.
Oh, that tells you somebody's crowding you on the side.
It's more than just a dot. There's actually some cars over there.
Well, that's good. I like that, you know, because some of that stuff, if you drive them every day in your car, you'll find all that stuff. But a lot of times we jump in these things, you don't get to ride them long enough to find all the details. So that's good. I like something big. It's got wood interior trim. I noticed it in the doors and the dash. And
is it actual wood though? Because I was trying to figure out if that's.
Well, they're calling it wood.
All right.
So I don't know. They could be lying to me. Everybody else does. So. Lid. I think there's one up there too. Wow, look at all that.
Hide all your goods.
Now, is that wood or is it fake wood?
See, I thought it was fake.
Yeah, some of this wood, like in the dash, looks really good. And in the doors and the steering wheel. The steering wheel's got all that wood on it. That's just too cool.
Where's the wood on this? Oh, right here.
Yeah.
I can probably see that.
That's heated, but is that, you think that's wood or that's plastic?
I don't know.
Who knows? I don't know. I'm guessing it's real wood. Looks like it's lacquered. And you can see pretty good grains. I don't know. That would be awfully good in plastic. I think it's wood. It's got an interior air filter and smog sensor. Of course, the automatic rain sensing. You know, Tesla claims that they almost can kill keep the virus out of your cabin with their air filter. So I don't know if they tested that.
How good is that air filter for, though?
I don't know. So I guess if you're running from the virus, you jump in your car and you hang out in there for a while. I don't know exactly, but a whole bunch of speakers. Whoa. Kinetic dynamic suspension. I love that because that's like, you know, a Jeep with a front disconnected anti-sway bar. This does it automatically. It's got these giant arms in there with coils on them and low range. If it senses you more wheel travel than normal, it'll just unlock and let you float. So I want to see that going over the rocks. Of course, I don't know how visual it will be, but if we get this thing raised up as much as it'll go, because that means it might be nosediving. We'll find out. Those are slick seats back there. The cameras are flying all over. Auto leveling rear air suspension. Premium surround. Mark Levinson. I guess that's some famous guy who knows how to make speakers.
Alright.
That's 17 speakers. Holy cow. It's like counting, you know.
Surround sound.
Yeah, that's a lot of speakers. Of course, this has that off-road package. multi-terrain panoramic view monitors, transmission cooler, fuel tank protector, crawl control, multi-terrain. Yeah, it shows all those different things, you know, like rock and swamp and all that. So we'll go through those too. Look how dark gray metallic color wheels. I could have swore they were black. It's got the sport design package. So I don't know, you can play with this if you want. If you want to put it in sport, I have no idea where it's at. Oh, is it in sport?
Right here.
Well, it says the button's right here, though.
Oh, there's an actual sport?
Yeah, it's the sport, and then normal, and then comfy. So you can make it real loose, but you can put it in sport, see how it handles these corners? Sure. There we go. Oh, you're doing.
I got people in front of me, so
I know.
Can't really sporty this out.
Hallelujah for heavy traffic. No, you're a good driver. You're just a fast driver. Okay, the grill surround front and rear bumper.
It's louder in sport mode.
Spoilers. Is it? Well, that's cool. So maybe it jacks up your RPMs besides having better handling characteristics. This is like the loaded one, you know, with that luxury package and sport package. I guess we're in the top end.
See, everything I think I remember on like the Jeeps and everybody else's when I wanted to go to sport. I don't know if I came in on like a gear shift like that. I thought I went out.
Yeah, some of them there are. You're right. That's where the sport is. A lot of Fords are that way. You pull it to the left to get into sport mode. This is a Toyota. They have a different idea about things. Comfy. It should be a little like an old Cadillac bouncing around the road. I don't know. It's, you know, supposed to, you know, take some of the pressure out of the shock absorbers, whatever they do with it.
Well, it's in comfy mode.
Do you feel comfy?
This is actually really comfy.
It's quiet in here. I mean, I'm hoping that it helps with our speaker on our camera, because sometimes you can't hardly hear as well as I'd like to have us. Geez, I've run out of things to talk about on this puppy. We got to get to the off-road things so we can go crazy.
Oh, you let them people know. Get out of my way. We'll be there quick. I promise.
Let's climb some rocks. What I want to do is go around the backside instead of going through the Bunt School normal entrance. Go to the south, you know, the southeast entrance.
Can I go up that? You can't, because that's a state park.
No, not that far down. But I mean, just, you know, there's a trail. If you go into the Bunt School, you go halfway through before you go up to the Ironclads.
You want to go to the left?
Yeah,
okay.
To the left. But right before we get there, I can't remember if that's the 119 or what it is. But right before you get to the school, there is a major road to go south, and that goes into from the east side. We camp sometimes out there. And if that parking lot's not full, it might be a place to do our intros, is what I'm thinking. And I can't remember the name of that road. It might be the 119, it might be the Boulder Road. No, it's not either. It's what's the name of that little park down there where the south, the mid St. Vrain River is?
This might be somebody.
It's some valley, some kind of valley.
Get there in a minute, I'll tell you.
Yeah, we're almost there.
There's a lot of people that just come up here to play around.
Oh, they are. You know, they're renting ATVs, or, you know, the RV market's like 600 and some percent going nuts.
Well, and everybody's getting paid to sit at home, and
oh yeah, they're getting tired of being at home too. And
yeah, it gets boring.
Nobody yet, Riverside, nobody yet trusts airlines. And I've, you know, flown once 2 weeks ago. So they'd rather get an RV and go back, kind of get away from people, and I can't blame them. And as hot as it is, you know, it's 100 degrees, almost 100 degrees. Probably not your place. My place has been in the high 90s for a week or 2 weeks. So, yeah. So everybody's wanting to get up here where it's in the 70s and cool off and enjoy it, you know, and all that stuff.
Keep the kids outside and we go do some chores.
Yeah, make sure that they all look for their 4 or 5 jobs they are for unemployment, and then head to the high country. And they're buying hitches. I mean, there's a lot of the companies that I work with, and I sell hitches on my website, that are in back order, because everybody's buying a hitch and a trailer.
Yeah. You gotta have it to move around and do the things that we want to do.
Well, that's true, and I think you're gonna see a big move to the country, because, you know, everybody now has learned how they can work at home, and a lot of them are, and it's working out good. You working at home, or you go into office?
I go into the office.
Yeah.
Yep. If our office isn't working, then our guys aren't out in the fields, and it means nothing's getting built, and with it being construction, they want us open.
Yeah. You're probably one of the, call those things, you're one of the important ones. There's a name for that.
Yeah.
You're essential.
Makes us feel real essential.
Yeah. I don't think I'm essential, but maybe I am. Who knows? Nobody ever. I haven't gotten stopped.
You're still getting trucks and doing stuff, right?
Well, yeah, and I've seen them pull Jeeps over up here in this very trail back in like March. They weren't supposed to be out, but I've never been pulled over or told what to do. So that's the advantage of living out in the middle of nowhere right now. Nobody can find you. Nobody cares. They bring stuff and drop it off. They don't even, I don't even see the people bringing vehicles anymore. Yeah, it is. They just, I'd sign stuff on the internet and then they drop it off and leave the keys. Or they hide the keys is what they really do. But anyway, so it's working out well. So it's just lately I haven't gotten anything because I was getting a truck a week, sometimes two. And then a month ago, it just kind of dried up, and now that's why I was, taking anything I could. Like a Lexus, I don't know enough about them, so I'm glad you did research on it because it's not the normal thing I review, even though it is. It is a body-on-frame, which is really cool. I like that. That makes it like a truck, and you sit in the seats like a truck. All the things I like about trucks. Yeah, I can't remember if it's Riverside. What's the next one? Maybe it's the next one. Because there's a name for the campsite down there.
There's the honey and get it out.
Yeah, you like that?
Going up the mountain.
Yeah, I have no idea what the action ratio is. I couldn't find that. They think they hide a lot of that stuff. You'd be happy if I threw up, wouldn't you?
I wouldn't want to smell it.
Yeah. Well, I had to stick my head out the window. I guess it would be in
the mask, so we're good.
Yeah, that's right. I got this mask, so I got my own little barf bag on my face. So good. No, I'm doing fine now. I am going to start. Wait a minute. Is that button? That's not button school.
No, not yet.
Okay. MrTruck up in the mountains with everybody. I think everybody in the state's driving on this trail. We're up here by the Bunch School. And we have this new 2020 Lexus. Is it a GX? No, it's a GX460. That's what we have here. We're learning about these Lexus. We've driven several up here. You remember that we did that one time in the mountains where we slid down the mountain until we found the downhill descent control. But anyway, this has that V8 4.6. Yeah, we couldn't have a trailer and because it didn't have a hitch. So anyway, we're stuck that way. But Kelsey's back. It's so cool. She's going to tell you what kind of power we have and what transmission we have. Being social distancing.
Yeah, the social distancing is working, guys. So this is a 6-speed transmission, and it's got 301 horsepower to 329 foot-pounds of torque. So it should get you wherever you need to go.
Awesome, man.
So with this Lexus, it's a luxury 4Runner. It's got all the bells and whistles. It's pretty. It's got air ride in the back. We haven't found out if it's for the trailer or more of like a height, but we're going to play with it, see what we can't find.
Cool. Yeah, there's a front camera. The button lifts out the steering wheel. And what is
camera is that?
It has to be back.
Oh no, it's your mirrors. That's what it's showing you. It's your mirrors out. So it's not showing you any front anymore.
Well, that's kind of cool coming off the mirrors.
So that's the front and the mirrors.
Yeah. Oh wow, that is cool.
It shows you when I open the door.
Yeah. Far out.
Where I want to be.
Wow. Cameras on the mirrors. Now put it in reverse. Let's see what that looks like.
And I haven't quite figured this one out because when we're reversing, obviously that's where I'm at and that's where I'm going. Yeah. But why are we having these blue lines?
Oh, I'm not sure. Those are always hard to figure out. There's a stump back there somewhere on my side.
Yeah, backing up thing with the camera has been kind of trippy for me.
Yeah.
I'm not used to the camera.
We try to find those stumps and stuff. I don't know. Is there a tree on your side?
No, I've already passed mine.
Oh, you are doing good. See, the sign moves because it knows where you're headed, so it shows you the lines there.
Oh, and it shows me the lines here too.
Yeah, that's cool. So that way you know if it's safe to go forward.
Didn't like me in neutral.
Well, that's that shifter that I don't necessarily like, where it slides to the left after you hit neutral. That's cool. We got lines all over the place showing you where the obstacles are. Now that's kind of handy. I love those cameras under the mirrors.
If you have a short bed truck, you know it's not easy to hook up to a gooseneck. Pop-Up came out with these extensions from 9 inches to 16 inches to keep you from breaking out your back window when you're pulling a gooseneck trailer. And everybody uses a short bed. That's the most proper truck there is a crew cab short bed. So protect that window.